Hello, it's me, Jack-a-Lopium. Welcome along. We're here looking at a game called Tale of Immortal, or sometimes Tale of Immortals, plural, we don't quite know. And this is a Chinese martial arts slash wuxia type RPG from, not 100% sure, because like I can't read Chinese. I mean, if you do, good for you. That's great. All I can tell you is this is a really good game. It was one that I had my eye on for quite some time while it was progressing through the Chinese language updates and things like that, and they eventually released the game with an English language patch. So there you go, I got into it after that. What I think we need to do very quickly, I was in here before, is probably, there you go, turn down the music for a bit. First things first, I want to talk very briefly about this. You can actually change the theme of the splash screen. Look at that, you got 5 different ones. That's the one we've got already. We could put in the Eye of Sauron. Let's put it in, let's change it. Oops, and then we'll do that. There you go, we've got the Eye of Sauron looking down on us. There's us riding a sword. Is that a Nine-Tails down there? A Nine-Tails fox might be. So yeah, we are dealing with all kinds of Chinese myths and legends and things like that. So the Nine-Tailed fox originated from the China first, and obviously moved across to Japan. Lots of Chinese cultural stuff made it through to Japan. So yeah, first things also we need to think about is, oops, oh no, it doesn't show. Yeah, I don't know if you look, maybe spool back if you didn't see, but we've been playing for about 30 years or so. The map currently looks like this, so we've unlocked 3/4 of the map. Basically, this is the starting area here. Then we move, well, there is a tiny little kind of training area, like a tutorial area there, and you're then unleashed onto the larger region here. Then after you pass a certain stage, you move to this area. Then after you pass another stage, you move to this area. And I'm currently trying to skill up so I can move on to the 4th and final area. Let me show you my character. This is an RPG. There is quite a lot of procedurally generated stuff, but there's also a lot of story. And there is tons and tons of events and text and things like that. Actually doing the English translation I think is very admirable for just the sheer amount of content in this game, and there is a sheer amount of content. I shudder to think what my Steam playtime is. I think I've been playing for somewhere between 70 and 80 hours, and yeah, like I say, I'm 3/4 of the way through. I'm doing pretty good. I'm grade 6, so level 6, but even that isn't the whole of your leveling system. Grade 6, part 3, so each one of these bars is an XP bar. So I've gone through the first bar, the second bar, and now I'm currently working on the 3rd bar. Once we get to the end of this, then we can go up to grade 7. And carry on like that. We've obviously got a ton of stats, like all RPGs. They do take a bit of a while just to get to grips with all of the different systems, because there are a lot of different systems in this game. This is pretty interesting. First up, our lifespan. We are 52 years old. We start, I think, at 16 years old. So we've been cultivating. We've been a Taoist for, 45 odd years or so. But we could go up to a maximum of 422 years old. And because Taoism in legend allows you to live, almost, one could say, immortal, like the title of the video game. But there you go. We've also got an absolute ton of other stats. Some of them you might be familiar with. I think if you've played any RPG, you'd probably be familiar-ish with a lot of this sort of stuff. Mood, you just get tooltips by mouse over, so that's pretty good if you are stuck on a particular stat. Like I say, 70 to 80 hours, I still, need to use tooltips if I'm like focusing on a particular part of my training, which I maybe haven't in the past. But yeah, my vitality, my energy, focus is something different. That's using items, but that also, you get other skills based on your focus. Like some skills actually level up your vitality or your energy if your focus levels up. So they all kind of play off each other. There's luck, there's insight. There you go. Increase cost and efficiency when you upgrade skills. And that is the main loop of this game, is we need to build up our skills. You start off, you've got 4 main offensive skills here. You've got martial or spiritual. You've got special skills. You've got emotion skill, which is how you kind of dodge, or you can also use it offensively as well. It does trigger a kind of fireball. You've got ultimate skill, an ultimate skill there. So those are your 4 there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then the 5th tab is your mind tab. Now, what mind skills are, you get a pool of skill points. We've currently got 839 skill points. We could also, because this is one of the main ways you level up your character, we can also convert in this stuff. I've been training this, and it is very, very time consuming to obviously build this stuff up. And that is, it hasn't ended there either. That's it just gives you more, your skill points gives you more slots to slot a skill. Once you equip the skill, you can see here my focus skill. I actually find focus a little bit low priority, so I've not really trained my focus skill. Let's find one that is important. You got defense there, so these are all buffs to a particular stat. Like I say, that is your focus stat, which gets buffed. That is your spiritual resistance, which is a defensive statistic. Then you've got death, which is your main defense, obviously. Attack, which is very important too. As I mouse over these, if you have a lot of experience, lots of people will be rolling their eyes at just how rubbish and terrible my build is. But yeah, I am training up my skill points here, so I do actually have skill books for most of these skills that are a little bit low. I have, I think, an attack. I definitely have a max energy. That is very low, because that shows that we are in, this skill comes from Origin Spirit, which is tier 5 or grade 5. And if any of you remember, I'm actually grade 6, so this is quite an old skill. That we need to upgrade really as a matter of priority. We can also, I will do this very quickly before we look at anything else. I think we need to upgrade a mind, or we need to upgrade a skill. We can upgrade our main skill here, our special skill, our motion skill, and the ultimate skill. Those are the 4 offensive skills which I showed previously. Let's level up our ultimate skill. It shows that this ultimate skill can go through 10 levels there, and even that doesn't represent the totality. So there you go. We've trained up a little bit, but we've not reached level 2 of this skill yet. We've run out of time in a month, and the game is played as each monthly turn. So I think what I like to do is save every month, because I'm very overly cautious and risk averse. I was going to give you this monster pillar, and yeah, in between each turn, we will get, depending on how popular we are, we will face a series of interactions with different people. These are all other cultivators. These NPCs represent other Taoists in the world. It's best to just agree to everything. Yeah, just take it, man. I love a few tips. Here we go. This guy is asking us to spar with us for a few rounds. And we can ask other people to spar with us if we want, but it costs stamina, and you only get a certain number of stamina before you have to rest up. So yeah, here we go. So this guy, Wen Mao, he has 7,500 XP. We've got 16.5 XP. So I suspect this guy is a couple of levels below us, and we will see that after we have this fight. There you go. I won! And we can confirm that this guy is lower than us. He's actually not that much below us to be. I'm quite surprised by that. He is, oh no, nascent soul. I get the realm mixed up, because the realm is another form of telling your levels, but instead of being numbered, nascent soul is 6. No, it is right, 6 early. And I'm nascent soul realm 6 late, so he's only a couple of levels below us. Where he is slightly weak is he's a rogue cultivator. He doesn't belong to any sect. So we'll keep this guy in mind, because I'm going to try and recruit him, I think. Wen Mao. Okay, so if we spar with people, they tend to like us a bit more, even if we beat them, because it's all about honour and things like that. So they're not whiny losers. They just appreciate fighting with somebody, you know, as cool as me, you know. Peng Meng is a disciple. She is part of my sect. I'll show you what this all means. There's her name, Peng Meng. She's a woman, obviously. Zheng Hun's sect is my sect. It's the sect I belong to. She's part of my sect. She's a disciple. She's somebody I use fairly often to go on missions. She's pretty cool, but I don't know her. She's considered a stranger. So Looks like Peng Meng wants to say something to me. It would be nice if we could get to know her because, like I say, I do use her for missions. I can send her out to different missions. She's talking about our sworn older brother. He's actually somebody from A, a rival sect, B, the opposite of yin and yang. He is demonic rather than righteous. And he's from like the beginning realm, the first kind of region on the map. I rescued him and he became a friend, even though he's pretty much the opposite of me personality wise. So we're just gonna agree with her. Why not? It kind of doesn't really matter because if you saw there, it shows that our relationship with her goes up a little bit if we agree with her. This guy is going to ask about Qinglan. Now, Qinglan Sect is an interesting one. They are actually our Sect enemies. But I'm just going to say that we like him. Because I'm at a stage where, personally, I think that keeping everybody friendly, even our rivals, is probably a better thing to prioritize than a war with a rival sect. If we go to the map, this is this is the town where we are. This is our sect here, and we'll travel up there in a minute. And this is the Qinglan sect. Like I say, this is our rivals. I am kind of senior in the sect. However, only the sect leader can really influence the kind of wars that the sects have. We could also go and fight. This is a battle here, a monster battle. So I think what we first do is we go and have... Oh, hello. This is another random encounter, and these occur very frequently, but these are all procedurally generated, and it's just amazing that, you know, there you go. It's given us a fearless destiny, they call it. It's like a 6-month-long buff, so we've got a 6-month-long buff to our attack. It's 10% extra on our attack there. If we want to make the most of it, we should be going and fighting. So let's go and fight this group of monsters over here. Everything's pretty easy because, like I say, I am pretty much ready to move on to the next realm. If we go back to the map, I'm pretty close to wanting to move on to the last region, i.e. this blacked out bit here. And it will mean you basically need to start again to explore the region as well. I've explored most of the region. There are still bits that I haven't. You know, there's this black fog of war here. There's bits here. You can just explore these whenever. There's nothing to stop you. It's kind of like a sandbox. You can explore if you want. And the more you explore the world, the more kind of say you can have in the world, meaning you'll be notified of various things going on in the world, so you can just travel around by teleport. So here you go. This is another battle. That was me unleashing a special skill there. We've also got... Let's do another one. There you go. There's another special. So it's left mouse button to do our normal skill, right mouse button to do our special skill, like that. We've also got our motion skill, which is tied to our spacebar, like so. And then our ultimate is attached to the R. I don't use the ultimate very often. We don't get the opportunity to use ultimates very often. There are builds which you could research which would make it easier to use your ultimate, but I'm not doing a build at the moment, particularly. This is the map of the dungeon. We travelled south, and now we can either go east or west or south. Now, if we travel south, this is not a monster encounter. This is seems to be a person lying on the ground in the distance. Hey, that's nice. This isn't a monster fight either on this screen. So we'll open this and a couple of items pop out of the chest. So let's go. You can also, when it comes to your skills, can we actually look in this? No. We can actually change our skills. That kind of hose flamethrower attack on my normal skill is my favourite of the skills, but maybe you'd prefer a different type of skill, and different skills have different kind of effects. You can either have a kind of shotgun style skill or a grenade launcher type skill or that kind of fire hose skill. The fire hose skill is my favourite, but you don't have to if you don't want to. So each town has a general store, so they call it a market. You can buy everything here. You can buy elixirs, so energy, recharge your energy, recharge your vitality. We can also buy skill books from a manual pavilion. That's what it means. It's not like manual and automatic. It's manual as in a book. This is how we learn skills from skill books, which we either buy in town. They're all very low grade and kind of crappy. No, you shouldn't really be buying skill books from town. They're just there as a kind of last resort. And sometimes they're a lot easier to buy when you're changing from one region to another. That's what I've found. Anyway, you can also teleport as well, so we don't have to walk all the way from this town to our sect or anywhere else on town. We can teleport there, so I think that's what we do. We're going to teleport back to our sect. It costs 300 spirit stones, dollars, ducats, whatever you want to call it. There you go. And like I say, we've got 450,000 of them. Here we are at our sect. This yellow line here actually shows you which sect mission we're on. So we'd need to travel up here and face the encounter here. It's not always a battle, but it's usually a battle. This is what the sect screen looks like. This is what your sect looks like. Council. We'll get to that. This shows you here kind of the important things about our sect. Obviously the name. It's the Yunmo branch. The Yunmo is the region which we're in. The third of 4 regions. The main martial arts are these ones here. So there are a total of 12 if we go back to the screen here. So they're split into 6 martial arts, which are blade, spear, sword, fist, palm or finger, and spiritual root, which are your magic skills: fire, water, lightning, wind, earth, wood. Now, of those 12, you can either choose 1 or 2 to concentrate on your build, depending on what you want as well. And it might take a little while for you to get into which skills you want to participate in. I started off as a fire sword, and there's Doomsday Whistle, but I'm going to carry on because it feels like we've done very little. Yeah, I started off as fire, sword, and lightning, but I would like to concentrate on wind as well. However, our our sect doesn't even cover wind. It only covers that's blade, that's sword, that's spear, fist, lightning, fire. So yeah, I'm a fire build currently, though I would love to get into some other stuff as well. So I have been intentionally training up my other skills. But only recently. I say recently, it's taken me, I guess, 10 game years to build up my skills. I don't even remember my lifespan in my 40s. I remember looking at my lifespan thinking, wow, I'm in my 30s. And then the next time I looked, I was like, oh my lord, I'm now in my 50s. I've just been really concentrating on increasing my skills. So if you like the grind, that is some criticisms which are probably okay. The criticisms is that the game seems pretty grindy, and it is pretty grindy. You have to pick up a set of skills, and you have to grind out the levels of the skills. Then you move up in ranks. Then you just start again. You have to build up your skills again, which allows you to build up your ranks, and so on and so on and so on, and it just goes on. So we'll just grab a few extra missions here. We mostly can't take too many more because we've probably taken a bunch of them. But yeah, we'll go. And once you grab all these missions, you can complete the missions, and then you can either buy skill books with your faction currency, or you can buy treasures, which include things like furnaces for making potions, skill fruits which up your stats. We can't buy any more fire fruit because we've already maxed our skill. So we bought sword books, so we'll go into this. We've got a sword skill currently of 235. We've got 5 fruit. Each fruit here is worth 3, you can see there. So we can get ourselves 15 more points there, and we are maxing out in this region at 350. I am working on getting the other skills as high as possible. There is a way to get these skills which our sect does not specialize in, but it is a lot more difficult. So you'll always end up with 6 skills that aren't particularly high and 6 that are high. I'm currently trying to get my wind skill as high as possible. However, it's not a skill which our sect specializes in. Let's go over here to this lost artifact. So we'll follow the yellow brick road here. Will bring us to this piece of land here, and then we'll go in and fight whatever's there. This mission is a mission where we have to fight a thieving cultist from our own sect. I think he's nameless. I'm not 100% sure. But he has stolen a couple of books from us. So that's the way you can get some books for free. Some skill books for free. However, you might end up like we did here. These are... Well, this one is kind of useful. We can make use of it, actually. And this one, not at all. Because it's a wood skill. And our sect doesn't specialize in wood skills. And yeah, there you go. This is out we completed the mission. We got a bunch of Sect currency, and then we could then go back and buy a better skill book or something to improve our character. And the whole point of the game, the whole gameplay loop, is that we are improving our character as much as possible so we can just carry on. You know, they call it cultivating. It is a kind of Chinese Taoist concept. I don't know if anybody knows the films of Sammo Hung. He is, if you check out his movies, his movies are great ones for Wuxia. I've been playing this game pretty addictively for like weeks, and I love it. It means I'm not really getting anything useful done, either in real life or on the channel, because I'm just playing this game all the darn time, improving my character. I do find the gameplay loop pretty compelling, and I find it quite addictive, but it depends if you engage with the gameplay loop. A lot of people are saying that the game is too grindy, and maybe they're right. Unfortunately, the game is currently being review bombed on Steam at the moment by angry Chinese people for reasons that may or may not be legitimate. I have no idea, but that's what's happening. It is a good game. It's currently very negative, sits very negative on the Steams, but it is a good game, and that's the reason why it's being so negatively received at the moment, is because it is being review bombed. But yeah, I think that's probably going to do it. We have gone quite a bit over time, so I am going to sign off there. Let me know for sure, because I want to play more of this, and in fact I probably will play more of this on the channel. So yeah, hopefully it gets a lot of views. Let's get some engagement. Leave a comment, leave a like. Do all of those kind of YouTubey type things. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please do leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully we'll play some more Tale of Immortal, and we will cultivate our Wuxia man. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Batman?